You stopped messaging her. You quit calling. You disappeared believing she'd feel it. You assumed the quiet would scream so loud in her head that she'd come rushing back. But she didn't. She's posting stories. She's smiling in photos. She's living like you were never part of the picture. And now you're the one trapped in the quiet, waiting, aching, questioning. Why doesn't it hit her the way it hits you? If you've ever felt like your absence meant nothing, like your silence carried no weight, like she moved on without hesitation, this is for you. Because here's the truth. Silence by itself means nothing, unless you know how to turn it into a weapon. Silence without change is just weakness on pause. You stop reaching out, but your energy is still tied to her. You wake up hoping she finally noticed your absence. You scroll her posts, searching for emotions that were never meant for you. You act like you've moved forward, but internally you're still sitting in the same emotional seat she left you in. And that, brother, is the kind of silence that keeps you stuck. It doesn't challenge her. It doesn't move her. It simply validates her decision. And the longer you stay there, the more convinced she becomes that you were never the man she thought you were. Women sense weakness from a distance, not because they're heartless, but because survival once depended on reading emotional signals. It's instinctual. They can tell when a man is grounded, and they can tell when strength is being faked to avoid facing pain. If your silence is soaked in regret, sadness, or desperation disguised as pride, she knows. If you're still emotionally circling her while pretending to ghost, she knows. She may never say it. She may never confront it. But attraction dies quietly. And instead of pulling her back, it drives her farther away. Because to her, that's not silence. That's just chasing in another form. Real silence comes from a shift so deep that you become emotionally unavailable. Not because you're broken, not because you're scared, but because your focus has outgrown her place in your life. You stop texting not to punish, but because there's truly nothing left to say. You stop reacting not because you're acting cool, but because you're too busy building. You don't vanish to create emptiness. You vanish because your vision no longer includes someone who couldn't recognize your value when you were standing right there. That kind of silence isn't soft. It's thunderous. It makes her question everything she thought she knew about you. Because suddenly, you're unpredictable. She can't sense your need. You're no longer hovering in the background. You're just gone. And not only gone, you're thriving. She hears about you through mutual circles. She comes across a post where you're smiling again. She notices your energy feels different, more grounded, more masculine, more focused, less available. That's when her thoughts start spiraling. Did I misread him? Did I let go of a man who was just beginning to rise? That uncertainty, that distance between who you were and who you've become is what gets under her skin, and not just hers. Every woman is drawn to growth, to momentum, to men in motion. But here's what most men miss. You can't fake that growth for her. You can't manufacture level-ups hoping she notices. It has to be real. Because if it isn't, your behavior will expose you. You'll post gym pics hoping she reacts. You'll make money and flash it to prove something. You'll try to outperform rejection instead of rising above it. And she'll feel that too. And once again, she'll pull away. Silence only works when it's backed by purpose. You must become obsessed with your evolution. Not to win her back, but because you finally realized she was never the destination. You were. Your mission, your legacy. The moment she stopped valuing your energy, she unknowingly gave you the greatest opportunity of your life to redirect it. Into your body, into your finances, into your discipline, into your spirit. That energy was always yours. She just borrowed it. Now it's time to reclaim it. Most women won't miss you until another woman recognizes your value. Why? Because attraction isn't built on history. It's built on perception. And when someone else sees your worth, the woman who dismissed you is forced to question her own judgment. This isn't about revenge. It's about elevating yourself so high that her opinion becomes meaningless. You're not doing this to make her regret leaving. You're doing it because you finally see what she never did. Your value was never gone. It was undiscovered, especially by you. So now it starts. No more sitting quietly, hoping she feels your absence. Fill the space she left with discipline. When emotional hunger hits, feed it with sweat. Feed your mind with learning. Feed your future with execution. You don't owe her silence. You owe yourself standards. Understand this. The man who is missed isn't the one who disappears. It's the one